Before we talk about what the 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium is, we need to talk about where it came from. 1964. A nation fell in love with a car. 6 decades later, that love hasn't faded, it has evolved. The Dark Horse isn't just a Mustang. It is the Mustang, pushed further than it has ever gone before. Look at this thing. The 2026 Dark Horse Premium doesn't just have presence, it has authority. The exclusive hood graphics, the darkened LED headlights, the high-gloss fangs on the lower front bumper, every single design element is intentional. The 19-inch tarnished dark aluminum wheels sit behind massive Brembo brake calipers. The fixed rear wing isn't decorative, it generates real downforce. And for 2026, 3 stunning new colors join the lineup: Adriatic Blue Metallic, Orange Fury Metallic Tricoat, and Avalanche Gray. This car looks fast standing still. Let's open the hood. What you're looking at is the most powerful naturally aspirated 5.0-liter V8 Ford has ever built. The modified Gen 4 Coyote V8. 500 horsepower. 418 pound-feet of torque. 100 horsepower per liter, that's supercar territory, from a naturally aspirated engine. Ford gave you a choice of transmission too. A Trim-X 6-speed manual with a 3D printed titanium shift ball, yes, that is real. Or a 10-speed select shift automatic. Either way, this engine does not apologize. On paper, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.1 seconds. On the road and track, it feels even faster. The MagneRide damping system reads wheel movement 1,000 times every second, adapting to every bump, every corner, every launch in real time. The Brembo 6-piston front brakes with 15-inch rotors will scrub speed like the car has an anchor. And here's something no other production car in this class has standard: a factory drift brake. Ford put an electronic drift brake right in the center console, from the factory. If that doesn't tell you what kind of car this is, nothing will. Step inside. This is where the Premium separates itself. Recaro leather and Dinamica sport seats hold you in place like they were shaped around your body. The flat-bottom steering wheel is wrapped in Alcantara suede. The Trim-X shifter is topped with that 3D printed titanium ball. Carbon fibre trim, aluminum sport pedals, exclusive blue stitching on black onyx, and overhead, a 13.2-inch touchscreen and a 12.4-inch digital gauge cluster sit under one seamless piece of glass. When you fire this car up, a galloping pony animation plays across that cluster. It is a small detail, but it tells you exactly what you are driving. The 2026 Dark Horse Premium is wired for the modern world without losing its soul. Sync 4 on that massive touchscreen. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. A Bang & Olufsen 12-speaker sound system with a dedicated subwoofer. This thing sounds incredible. Ford's Connectivity Package 24 is included for a full year, giving you an unlimited Wi-Fi hotspot that connects up to 10 devices at once. Wireless charging, voice assistant, connected navigation. This car is as smart as it is fast. Speed without control is pointless. Ford knows this. The Dark Horse Premium comes loaded with Ford Co-Pilot 360 as standard, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, rear cross traffic alert, automatic high beams, rain sensing wipers, rear parking sensors. The available adaptive cruise and lane centering make long drives effortless. And the warranty, 3 years and 36,000 miles bumper to bumper, with 5 years and 60,000 miles on the powertrain. Ford stands behind every single one of those 500 horses. So what does all of this cost? The base Dark Horse starts at around $63,000. Step up to the Premium, climate-controlled seats, aluminum pedals, approach detection lights, gurney flap rear wing, and you're at around $69,000. Add the handling package for $5,500 more, and you get wider wheels, track-tuned chassis, adjustable strut mounts, and full aero upgrades. For a 500 horsepower, Brembo-braked, MagneRide-equipped sports car, the value here is genuinely hard to argue with. The 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium is a car that does not compromise. It has the engine of a track weapon, the technology of a luxury car, the brakes of a supercar, and the soul of 60 years of American performance. It is manual when you want raw engagement. It is automatic when you want effortless speed. It is comfortable enough for every day and savage enough for any track day. It is loud. It is aggressive. It is unapologetically itself. And in a world where sports cars are going quieter and softer and electric, the Dark Horse says no. It says V8. It says 500 horsepower, and it means every single one of them. The 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium. Let that name sit for a second. Dark Horse. Not the favorite. Not the obvious choice. The one that comes from nowhere and leaves everyone else behind. Ford didn't build this car to compete with something. They built it to end the conversation entirely. Think about what you are actually getting here. 500 horsepower from a naturally aspirated engine, no turbo, no supercharger, no shortcuts. Just pure displacement, pure engineering, and 60 years of knowing exactly what a performance V8 should feel like when you put your foot down. That Tremex 6-speed manual is one of the best gearboxes you will find in any car at any price. The throws are short. The gates are precise. The rev matching on downshifts makes you sound like a professional driver even when you are not. Every time you reach for that titanium shift ball, you feel the connection between you and this machine. That is not something you can put a number on. That is something you either understand or you don't. And if you prefer the automatic, the 10-speed select shift is one of the quickest and smoothest in the business. Paddle flick, instant response, no drama. Both transmissions send every single one of those 500 horses straight to the rear wheels. Because this is a Mustang. It was always going to be rear-wheel drive. That is not a compromise. That is the whole point. Now let's talk about what makes the Dark Horse Premium different from everything else wearing a Mustang badge. It is not just the power number. The GT gets you 480 horsepower, and that is already a serious machine. What the Dark Horse gives you beyond that is a complete system. The MagneRide suspension that reads the road 1,000 times per second and adjusts in real time. The Brembo 6-piston brakes that give you genuine supercar stopping power. The wider tarnished dark wheels wrapped in Michelin Performance summer tires. The front aero splitter and the rear wing with a gurney flap that actually push the car into the road at speed. Every single upgrade on the Dark Horse exists for one reason: to make you faster and more confident at the limit. And the premium trim takes everything one step further, with climate-controlled seats, approach detection lighting, those stunning Recaro sport seats that hold you through corners like a racing harness, and an interior that genuinely feels like it belongs in a car costing twice the price. Speaking of price, $69,000 for the premium. In a world where European sports cars charge that much just for the base model before options, $69,000 for 500 naturally aspirated horsepower, Brembo brakes, MagneRide suspension, a 12-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, a 13.2-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Recaro seats, it is genuinely one of the best performance value propositions on the market today. Full stop. The rivals know it too. The Camaro is gone. The Challenger in its old form is gone. The Dark Horse is standing on that ground alone right now. Europe sends the BMW M4, the Porsche Cayman, the Audi RS5, all exceptional machines, but none of them give you this sound, this character, this raw emotional connection at this price point. The Dark Horse doesn't try to be European. It doesn't need to be. It is something those cars can never be, an American original. There is something happening in the car world right now that the Dark Horse represents better than almost anything else. The world is going electric. Manufacturers are shutting down their V8 programs one by one. The naturally aspirated high-revving petrol engine is becoming a thing of the past. And in the middle of all of that, Ford steps forward with the most powerful, naturally aspirated 5-liter V8 they have ever built. 500 horsepower. No electrification. No hybrid assist. Just combustion, compressed air, and fire. It is a statement. It is Ford saying, not yet. And honestly, thank you for that. Because 10 years from now, when everything on the road is silent, when sports cars make no sound and tell you nothing through the steering wheel, and ask nothing of you as a driver, you are going to remember what it felt like to sit in a car like this. You are going to remember the sound of that cold start on a winter morning, the feeling of the clutch biting and the rear end loading up under acceleration, the way the exhaust note bounces off the walls of a tunnel and fills the cabin with something that sounds like it was recorded in a studio but is completely, entirely real. That is what the 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium is. It is not just a car. It is a reminder of what driving is supposed to feel like. It is 60 years of passion compressed into 500 horsepower and 4,000 kilograms of force through 2 rear tires. Dark by design, born to run. And built at exactly the right moment to remind the world that the best things have never needed a battery.